Hello, hello. Welcome to DollHouse, everyone. It's a new year, new me kind of sinful vibes right now. Don't mind me just chilling right now. Soon be at local convenience stores. Point 0.5 ETH a barbecue. Happy New Year's, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate your time. I'm still seeing that Dollhouse is filling up a little bit. I know I said hello to some of you earlier, but I will say hello to those stragglers that have just come in. Like I saw On the Rise afterwards, and then DCL Chess is just loading in. We have Brandon Manis in the building, and yeah, I feel like today is gonna be a awesome show. We do have a pretty special guest. And for any of you watching on YouTube, Twitch, or X, we are currently on Decentraland. Current location DollHouse. Coordinates -100, -100. And yeah, without further delay, let's get started here. Our Our guest tonight has performed at two Mew-related events, and now we have the opportunity to finally get to know him. We finally get to know the person behind the beast, so to say. It is a great pleasure to introduce metaverse artist and DJ, A Kid Called Void, to the stage. How are you?
Hey, thanks for the introduction. What's up, everyone? Happy New Year, everyone. For those who are still suffering the consequences from their actions of last night, I will press F in the chat. Thank you all for joining on the first. It's a great way to start a new year with all of you guys, and I'm thrilled to be here.
Yes, I had to press the F there. I'm still feeling it. Even after my nap that I told you I took a little earlier, like I woke up and I was like, oh, it hurts.
Nap, naps solve a lot, but not everything.
As I get older, I'm starting to realize that it's more of the truth behind all that.
But if today is a little worse than yesterday, that means yesterday was a good night. So, mm,
Hmm. That you are making a point there, my friend. Um, so usually I like to begin these shows by just passing the mic over to my guest, and giving you the opportunity to give yourself a proper introduction, make any shout outs that you may want to make, and yeah, like just say hello overall. The mic is yours.
awesome, awesome. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. Yeah. First of all, I'm gonna shout out everyone that's with us tonight. Shouting out also everyone who's working hard to get these events going. The Mew parties that I've been able to attend to were insane. They all look great. The vibes are always super dope. So thanks a lot for having me twice already. So a little about the Void, the man behind the beast, or the beast behind the man. It's how you want to look at it. We are actually working with two people on the Void project. So there's Venomy, who's doing a lot of the music stuff, who is working very hard behind the scenes to make everything pop, to make everything sound super clean, look super cool. And then you have me, who is mostly doing the 3D works, everything. Also having my finger in the music, but we're a two-man team. We've been working together already for 8 years in the music industry. We've made music for albums, for ads. There's some music on Netflix. We did some sample packs. So we've really enjoyed working in the music industry. But once we saw Web3 and the opportunities it provided for producers, for artists of all kinds, not only music. You have 3D artists, you have 2D artists, you have graphic designers, you have a whole range of people who can express themselves in Web3, and that's an ecosystem we wanted to get into, um, but we didn't know how to properly market it. And at that point, we saw the A Kid Called Beast collection with an amazing 3D collection, super cool character design. I mean, it's cool and it's cute at the same time. So I think there's a big audience for it, and we just said this is the perfect way to bring our music to the forefront of Web3, to utilize these assets in a cool way. And man, we met so many cool people along the way. Um, I mean, Sinful, you're probably one of the coolest we've met along the way as well.
Oh, thank you,
um,
thank you.
yeah, so it's been a blast. We're having so much fun. Um, we can do parties while we're at home. Um, I mean, that's just the greatest invention of I don't know of 2023. It was already before, but we just noticed everything in 2023. So we're just super grateful for the ecosystem, the environment, for the people. Yeah, that's about it, I think.
That's it's really cool to learn that Void is a two-man team. You had mentioned your partner. What? How do you pronounce his name again? Veni?
Venomy, yeah, it's
Venomy.
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 Yeah, yeah,
I did see him pop into the event on Saturday. I
yeah, yeah.
remember Meg and I were just sitting in a voice call together, and we're like, "Hey yo," he's like, "Hey yo, that's Venomy. Yo, let's shout him out. That's our homie. Let's go." Uh, so it's awesome that you know, you two, the team, came together from a Web 2 scene and kind of
yeah.
shifted into Web 3, from like kind of seeing the work, the 3D work, the as well as like the production value of like the music, the visuals, everything about like your performances from both the Make a Music Fest and this New Year's Eve event. Like
Mhm.
I had a feeling that, you know, there had to been some like one of you had to have been a professional, or like has just low key like been in the game like the entire time. I mean, I have to tell you, bravo for those two shows. Definitely, I have heard a few individuals kind of tell me after the performances that they're like saying, "Yo, Void is dope. Void was actually my favorite performance out of the night." So I thought
Oh,
I'd
thank
pass
you very
that
much.
that love over to you.
Thank you very much, man. Yeah, actually, we were both planning on doing the music since we're both on a musical background. But we worked with in the beginning, at the very beginning, we worked with Hazlu, the animator from For a Kid Called Beast, who did our first animations, and they were amazing. And they were, yeah, I mean, the guy knows what he's doing. But we felt soon enough that to keep this project going and sustainable, one of us two had to switch from the music side to the 3D side of things, because 3D is so um, it's so time consuming to create cool stuff, and especially if you're learning everything from scratch. Like I say, I started using Blender a half year ago, so it's extra time consuming if you still have to learn everything, and if you still have to, yeah, see how everything works. But I think it was the right choice that one of us focuses mainly on music and the other on 3D, so we can really present something that's all encompassing, yeah, on the forefront, so that we have not only the cool music, but we can do cool stuff with our 3D asset. And especially when you're coming into Decentraland and in all these cool places, you really have to, yeah, know both sides of the story.
So before Web 3, how many years in both like music experience would you say between both of you two have before? Wait,
We've been working together professionally 8 years music now. Yeah.
8 years in music. So basically, combined total of 16 years between both of you. That
Yeah, exactly.
wow. So when did you get into Web3, and how did you stumble in?
That's a good question, actually. I think the first was in 2021. I think it was March. Um, where I stumbled on this weird site called Rarible,
Okay.
and people were just selling um, pictures and art, and yeah, what we now know as Web3. But at first, it was so strange. Like there were memes of Pepe. There were Pokemon card memes with Elon Musk holding Doge, and they were selling. And oh, it was so weird at the time. And I saw because I didn't really could wrap my head behind what was happening at first. Like the first 2 weeks, I was like, "Why is this selling? What's happening?" I'm really not with what's happening right now. So then I stumbled upon Vivi. I don't know if someone knows the Vivi app. It's actually pretty nifty. So it's NFTs, but it are 3D assets always. But the most important thing, and why I thought Vivi was a really cool project, is they were releasing NFTs of great intellectual properties. Like they were selling Disney that was licensed to Disney. They were selling Pixar. They were selling all of these amazing things, but actually licensed things. So, like I said, we saw on Rarible, the first instance, we saw Elon Musk holding a Doge, but like Elon Musk didn't sign off to sell his likeliness on this card. So that was for me the first. I don't know why it's selling, and I don't understand it yet. But then I saw what Vivi was doing, and they were really, stepping up their game by really licensing what they are selling. So that was the most important thing. That what was being sold was actually of value because they were allowed to sell it. And then slowly we started seeing Sound XYZ popping up. We saw another blog popping up. We saw then a kid called Beast, and then we just had to join in on all the fun because it looks so much fun. You really get to be creative. You get to experiment, and that's something. If you're doing music for 8 years and you're doing it professionally, not you're still being creative, but you're not. You have your creative outlet, but not fully. Like they would tell us, make some drum and bass, make some lo-fi, make some. You're not doing what you want, and now by entering Web3, we can finally do what we want again, and we have found fun in making music again and experimenting with art. And so Web3 just made the creative process fun again, and when it's fun, it's better as well. So yeah.
Exactly. When it's fun, it's better. Like that's the main reason why we do all this. Like it's because we love it. We think it's fun. And if you're not having
Yeah,
fun, it's like you got to make those adjustments, make it fun again.
exactly.
um,
Exactly.
so okay, so kind of like the whole scope of like intellectual rights property kind of like was what attracted you. So from, as a professional studio or two creative individuals trying to enter the Web3 space, like as a studio, what were kind of like some of the key, kind of the key things that you looked at when buying into the NFT project, in this case being the kid called Beast? Like what was the deciding factor that said I would like to represent our brand as a beast in Web3?
We saw. That's a great question, actually. I think the thing that convinced us the most really was the art and the overall likeliness of the character. We saw a lot of. We knew how communities Web3. We knew how they worked, but there wasn't really a way to really make it come to life. And A Kid Called Beast was one of the first projects we actually got to play around with the 3D files, where everything looked super cool, and it was just a match. I think the day we found the kid called Beast was the day we bought our first Beast, and we already knew it was going to be the Beast that was going to be representing Void. So the community as well is amazing. The Beast community. If you're in the Beast community, you know what I'm talking about. It's so hard to explain if you're not in it, but it's such a warm family where everyone is there for each other, where everyone supports each other. It's a crazy feeling.
It is a pretty it is a pretty close community. I've noticed that since the first moment I bought my beast. When did you buy your beast?
I think it was the last day of March this year, last year. Yeah,
Oh, okay. So you've been a beast for almost a year now. About like 10
yeah, and
months.
I'm still bummed that we didn't get to mint our beast, but yeah, it's fine.
To tell you the truth, those times, like, you kind of spoke a little bit about 2021, right? Coming
Yeah,
into the space, seeing these like JPEGs and different pieces of art just selling for thousands and thousands of
yeah,
dollars, and you're just like, why? Like one example I can give, like back then in those times, I bought my first NFT like in February of 21st of 2021, and
yeah.
and back then I had a friend that was really into like following like NFTs, like and he's like, bro, anything that is ferocious, you buy it. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, ferocious, this artist, you gotta buy anything that he makes. And I'm like, why? And then, like, of course, me being me, like, I had the cash, but I was like, nah, that's way too much. Like, because ferocious would always release everything at $2,500, like USD.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And and like me being like, oh no, that's way too much for like a picture. Like, it's dope, but it's way too much. Freaking turns out that ferocious blew the fuck up even more, and all his pieces were selling for like 20 plus ETH afterwards.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
so I'm sitting here with like, fuck, I should have just put in the 2,500 and flipped it for 40 ETH. But whatever, we live,
Yeah,
we
but it was
learn.
so strange. Like, when I think everyone, when you first encounter NFTs, it's so strange. Like the concept isn't in your head already. You don't know what it is, and it's the wild west of the internet, and I loved it so much. Yeah,
It really is the wild west of the internet. And I feel like as time goes, as the space develops, there will be more cybersecurity implications. Oh my
yeah,
god, implications. There will be like more like safety nets for users. Hopefully, I'm hoping what is it, less scams and more ways
mm,
of like sending the FBI over to the scammer's house.
yeah,
but
exactly.
but but as time goes, the space will develop. um okay, so you got into Beast like pretty early, pretty, yeah, I mean, almost a year ago. You didn't get to mint, but it's okay. It's okay. You caught it on the way down. Um, so looking back in 2023, what have been some of Void's accomplishments within the Web3 space? Kind of stuff that is notable to you that you can bring into 2024.
um, I'd say we're doing so much things at the same time right now because we really want to elevate the space again. Like we feel that music NFTs are a bit lagging in how do you say, in innovation and in coolness factor, or in I want to collect it, and I think we're lacking on that side a bit. So We're building so much to make it fun, to make it cool. Like we did a couple releases in 2023. Our first release went terribly wrong. It's not all a success story. Yeah, we had to enter royalties for other people. We had to do tons of stuff, but the site that we decided to mint our first song on wasn't working. So our first mint kind of was a flop, and I remember very well. I was sitting here with Venemy, and we were all hyped up about our first release as NFT in our first mint, and it kind of or how do you say, the adrenaline got sucked out of us the moment we saw it wasn't working. We had this huge announcement, but yeah, we recovered ourselves. We took a new website. We did the mint again. Everything worked smoothly. And then at this moment, we just on Twitter we just said, "Hey, the first mint didn't work out, but here is the link to the new mint or something. Now we do it for free as a thank you for still being here with us." And the Beast just massively supported this release, and it was our first release, and we were down because the first release didn't work out, but at the end, the Beasts, they all just came through, and I think we had more than 200 mints on this first release, and this was the moment everything changed for us. Like we're coming into a family, and this family has got your back. So we really have to push what we're doing to be the highest level possible, because they truly deserve it. You know, they stood through us when it didn't work out, and they made it work out, and that's all thanks to them. So we really felt like we have to push our limits ourselves, and we really have to make cool stuff for all of them, because they're also nice, friendly people who believe in the project. So yeah, we just wanted to make sure everything we do is top notch, and we can keep the same level and only going up from now. So yeah, that was the first release. Second release was Dreamer, which was our first release on Sound XYZ, which is yeah, the perfect platform if you want to release music. It's like SoundCloud, but the Web3 version, with very cool stuff like leaderboards. Yeah, Sound XYZ, 100% I would recommend. Then we had the release with Suave, the Passion remix, which was insane. He sent us the stems. I think we made the track in 2 days. Everything just flew together. Everything worked perfectly together. Suave was a joy to work with as well, which was a very good release. And then we did our third release, which was Concentrate. Very limited, only 15 editions. But yeah, got sold out the same day. Very happy with this release. It's now also on Spotify being playlisted, and yeah, I think that's what we did last year, but yeah, next year is gonna be insane. You'll just have to wait and see, I guess.
I'm over here looking on Sound XYZ for your account. Let's see. Did I type it? No, I see a kid called Broke.
Oh yeah, bro. Also a good guy.
What is the name that you go by?
I think it's just Void on Sound.
Oh, I see it. Yep. So, okay, yes, you have two releases, Dreamer and Concrete.
Concentrate.
Oh,
Yeah.
Concentrate, my apologies.
Yeah.
That is awesome. And let's see, you did mention that Concentrate was not available currently, but Dreamer is.
Yeah. Concentrate sold out. We really just wanted to test limited edition. Dreamer was more an open edition. I think yeah, the Passion remix with Suave was also a limited edition, but 333 editions. And we really, yeah, like I said, it's fun experimenting. Does it work if we only put out 15 editions? Does it work if we put out 1000 editions? Like, it's the experimentation that makes it fun and keeps it a cool thing to keep doing, you know.
Yep, yep. You had mentioned how the Beast community mainly had continued their support. They understood the hardships of being in Web3, that sometimes things don't go right.
Yeah.
Definitely reminds me of a certain group of people that we're currently speaking to right now that has witnessed many of my fuck ups, trying to put the events together and stuff like this, and has been there to watch me. I don't know, get better. Maybe I don't even know if I'm any better to this point.
No, but that's the cool thing. We're all here and we're all learning and we're all experimenting with what this place has to become. We're still, yeah, it's. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. We're still early. uh, I'm sorry, I just said it. But like, we're still all experimenting with what do we want this place to do? What do we want Web3 to be? And we can all still shape this, and that's the cool thing about it. We can still shape what we want this place to be, but that means we're gonna fuck up sometimes, and that means that we don't know what works best, so we have to try things out. And that's just the cool thing about, yeah, about Web3, about Decentraland, and about yeah, the whole ecosystem that's being built right now, that we're witnessing and that we're participating in. We get to see what's it now and what's it need to be. Like you said earlier, it would be cool if we had some better security, if someone gets hacked, and that are all things that we're learning as along the way. And I think that's the beauty of Web3. We can learn, we can experiment, and people know that we're all still figuring out where this place has to go, and we can shape it together.
Exactly, exactly. So we today's the first of the new year, 2024. Does Void have any goals set, and anything you would like to accomplish in the next year?
Well, 100%. Like I said, we've been cooking um, amazing stuff. I don't want to go into too much detail. Um, we have set up the Void coin with Portal. No, with Pools. I'm sorry. We have set up the Void coin with Pools. They've been amazing with helping us set up the coin, with providing us with the means to set up the coin. Um, the coin is linked to a shop where you will be able to buy cool stuff with your coins. So very simple. The concept is, if you buy a tune, you get coins. If you hold your NFTs of our music, you get coins every week. And in the shop, you can spend these coins. Right now, you can buy the mixtape, for example, the mixtape from the New Year. It's up for sale in the perk shop. So if everyone wants to listen to it, very easy. You just go to the perk shop and you download it with your coins. But as well, we're gonna try to incorporate 3D works. For example, it would be awesome if you can buy GM post with your coins. You can buy that your, for example, that your beast is coming to the Void Studio. Let's say you spend 100 coins and we set up your beast inside the Void Studio where we're jamming together, and it's amazing content. And you do us a solid by supporting the project and minting our tunes. So we try to do a solid back to you. We try to give you content you can post. I think this works both ways, and that's one of the many things we're looking forward to this year, to really see how we can give back in the best way possible.
Like, kudos to you. You're looking at kind of like the important aspects of all this. Like there's always individuals always have like a concept that they want to go with, But
Yeah.
it's something that always seems to be kind of like the thing that holds you back is like the back end, the tech part of it. And
Mhm.
you guys are setting up shop with Sound XYZ pool, collaborating with pools for the token. What was the other one? Perk Shop.
Yeah, exactly.
Perk Shop for as like kind of like a storefront.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are moving along, automating the process and getting it all set up.
Yeah, I think like I said before, collecting music NFTs is cool, and it's nice because you get to support whoever you want to see make more music. But at some point, the story ends there. Um, there isn't a whole lot of resale value in music NFTs right now. Maybe that will change, but we really want to create something that really has value. Like if you can mint a tune and you can post something on Twitter, you have free content by supporting our cause. There's something in it for you as well, and so the song gets it holds its value because you get your coins every week if you keep the song in your wallet. And if you're done with it, you can sell it, and anyone else can just hey, I want this content as well, but I need to hold this tune. So the value of yeah, I think, and that's maybe not very good for an artist to say, but NFTs are inherently still monetary assets, and if you take away the monetary side of NFTs are still super dope and still super cool, but you lose you lose a big portion of why people are still in NFTs, and that's a harsh truth that we don't always wanna look into the amount of that beast, but it's still true. So we're really looking at ways to um, not only create cool stuff, but also try to look for ways to keep the monetary value that's inherently still entangled with the NFT and the Web3 community.
Hmm. As we're talking about this, this question kind of like came to mind. I usually like to ask creators about like this, like, well, like in seeing the current state of music NFTs,
Mhm.
like right now, like for some reason, music NFTs are a hard sell for like opposed to like the PFP project, and it's like
Yeah,
why? Like when with a music NFT, you could potentially be getting like IP rights to be able to use this music on say your
yeah.
TikTok or anything you like. So, like,
Well, that's the problem with music, and like a PFP collection is nice. Why? You can you can use it as content. You can use it as bragging rights. You can use it as your whole persona, as your whole brand. Music NFTs are not like this, and coming from a Web 2 environment into a Web 3 environment, music um, is for free in the Web 2 environment, and that's why
ah,
inherently music NFTs are a hard sell because people are used to just listening to music for free. And if you want to use a song on TikTok, like you mentioned, you can just do that. You don't have to pay anyone to do it. And that's I mean, for artists, this is a terrible place that we're put into because Spotify decided that your song is worth 0.007 dollars per play, and TikTok decided, hey, you should be glad that you're getting exposure if your songs. So yeah, for music artists, Web 2 is a very hard place to survive, and Web 3 isn't gonna change overnight the way people get their music for free. So I think that's why music NFTs are a hard sell. On the other hand, if your music NFT is has utility, has monetary value as well, I think music NFTs can become a good sell or an easy sell. but you really have to put in the work, and that's what we're building right now, the groundwork,
Yeah.
and we'll see where we get. Yeah.
Yeah, there are those lucky and like those individuals that have made it with their music NFTs. I don't know if you know Spotty Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is
Of course.
he's out here on Decentraland. He's been on this show before actually, and like just to listen to his story, like in August during a bull run, just releases his first album, and within like 30 minutes like sells out, like
Yeah.
profiting $250,000. It like
Gee.
ooh, like the like the opportunities are most definitely there, which
Yeah.
yeah, like my question was going to be kind of like what innovation do you think would be needed within the music NFT space to help artists like truly benefit from making music, making art. Would it be, do you think it would be like kind of like a Web3 Spotify or something that just like is more fair? Or have you ever thought about any of this?
Yeah, I thought about it a lot, and let's take an easy example. You all heard of Tidal? Um, it's Kenya's Spotify, and it's a good app. It works perfectly, and it pays artists a lot more. I think I don't remember out of my head. I think it pays artists 100 times more than what Spotify is paying, but nobody is using Tidal. So I don't think inherently the Web3 version of Spotify will take off because people are just so used to Spotify. If you create Facebook too, or new Twitter, I don't think it will inherently change things because people are so used to what they're doing or using. Um, of course, if we look at a timeline of maybe 20 years, and with a whole with very skilled, talented people behind the wheels of let's say a Web3 Spotify, we could make these changes. But the most important thing is that the end consumer doesn't have to pay more than he's paying now for Spotify, because they won't. If they can have something cheaper, they won't pay the extra price, in my opinion. Why would you? You have Spotify that's working perfectly fine. Everyone knows it. Everyone is on there. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't. Where does the extra money come from then?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
yep. The numbers are not adding up here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Unfortunately, the
yeah. It's a
world. Go ahead.
it's a strange time to be living in, because we really want to change something, but how do we change it? That's the big question that's been keeping me up for years. We really need change in this industry, but how? And we can't make it the consumer's problem to pay more, because that's not the solution. But yeah, what's the solution then?
Yeah, yeah. Like, where is the revenue going to be coming from? How, where, when?
Yeah,
You're right. You're right. Maybe if we just like switch the monetary system from like U.S. dollar to like pebbles, like from the ocean, like maybe then we can make these changes that we want to make. A lot
yeah.
easier, at least. But we're always gonna be here, just continuing the to battle.
Yeah, yeah, like make it just I see in the chat 1 billion streams is 48K on Spotify. So I think that says a lot. Like 1 billion, who has 1 billion streams? I mean, for fuck's sake.
Yep, you're right. You're right. I'm like even thinking of like individuals like within the Web3 space, like famous Dill. He at one point he was signed by a record label for his song Jordan Belford, and when you look at
Yeah,
that, he has like about almost 200 million listens, and like that's like a huge number
yeah,
compared to like many songs, but still it's like he hasn't made 48K off of Spotify yet.
Yeah, that's insane. And artists just shifted from I can make music. No, I can make money from making music. So I just need to make music so I can become a brand, so I can go do live sets. And that's where we're at right now. If you can't sell your music as your brand, then you're nowhere. You really have to go do these shows, and you really have to go sell your merch. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's
Make
funny.
said
As
it
soon as you
at the
said
same
it.
time. Yeah, and that's the whole shift of where we're going. I think I don't know, 30 years ago. I wasn't born 30 years ago, so I'm just assuming. But you could make a living of selling your CDs. That's not the case anymore. It all shifted, and it all shifted to not making music, but it shifted to being able to do marketing and being able to build your brand. And that's where the magic of Web3 enchanted us. Like it's maybe more about the music as well. You still, of course, need to build your brand, and you still, but the music plays a more central role, and you can connect better with your fans, and you can, yeah, and that's why Web3 is, I think, the best solution we have right now for the problems that artists are dealing with.
Oh, what was the end part? My apologies. The best solution right now that we have.
Yeah, it's Web3.
Oh
It's
yes, Web3 in
yeah,
general.
Web3.
Okay.
It's the best solution we have right now for artists. Yeah.
Yep, and you can kind of see the shift in artists' mentality, kind of like wanting to explore into Web3 a little more. Even like I have even seen the ones that like kind of have said in the past, like, "Oh, my friend got scammed in there. I don't want to try." And then like it's like once they see what we have going on here, it's like they're a little more willing to check it out.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I see, and I heard that as well. The space doesn't feel safe enough for mainstream to come in, and that's true. Like we know if someone sends you on Twitter or on Discord, hey, click this link. Um, I'm a super big fan, and I'm gonna buy all your work. Just click this link, and we know that you don't click that link. You never click that link, but explain it to someone who's new to it, and maybe he just put his 10K into his wallet and he loses it. That's scary, and of course that's scary. um, I can imagine going to the bank and losing 10K because the bank wasn't safe enough, you know. So yeah, that's the thing we have to solve. Like you say, it has to be a safe place for everyone as well. And yeah, these security details are really hard to conquer in Web3. But yeah, I think it's really necessary for the broader audience to be able to come to Web3 and join us.
Exactly.
Also,
I feel like
uh,
they will. Go ahead.
yeah, exactly. And also, Derek said that 48K is because there is like 10 plus writers on that song, and I think that's a very good note of Derek. Um, I think what you said, make about the 1 billion streams 48K was probably about the Snoop interview that we all read, I think. But I think Derek is right. Um, I think you can earn more with 1 billion streams and 48K, but of course you have label fees, management fees, all the other writers that are credited. So yeah, it gets split between a whole lot of people. But yeah, let's just conclude that Spotify is a very good way to listen to music, but the payout of your streams might not always be, yeah, what you what you expect of it.
You know, sometimes I like as far as like the Decentraland goes, like I I kind of wish there was like an API that from Spotify that could be connected to Decentraland because I have
Ooh,
seen
yeah.
I've seen some like opportunities like being like or not opportunities but like kind of different groups that could produce opportunities for the overall space. One being this app. It's a Web 2 app. It's called Station Head. And what it is, it's like it allows their users to like start up their own station, like a radio station, and then they'll be like up on stage as like host or a host and co-host and stuff like that. And then like they have the option to like run through Spotify and pull up like artist music through there. So what some
Right.
of our friends have done is like, you know, they only support small time artists, and you know, through Station Head they play their music. So like the way that it works as far as like numbers and plays there is that, like, let's say you had 100 people in your station listening, and someone played your song. So at that point, you're getting 100 listens added to your, you know, total list.
Oh,
Yeah, you should check it out. It's called Station Head. It's an application on phone, and we've had a few Decentraland creator or Decentraland performers, like from Station Head, come through at the True Band Room. So like oh yeah, to finish off that thought. So like I've thought about like what if like we could bring Station Head to Decentraland, and
yeah.
and like the people that are chilling on the land on the central land are also like helping contribute to that number
Mm-hmm.
of plays, like between both the app stage and the central land location, like
Yeah.
that. Just ideas. I don't know if they're possible or anything like that. Spotify would have to reply to my
Yeah.
emails.
But those are exactly the change we need. Like we're looking into if you stream the song on Spotify and if you hold the NFT, you should be able to get royalties. Um, like for example, we have 10 mints of our song that's called Concentrate. You hold one of them, so you get, let's say, 10% of all royalties generated through Spotify.
Hmm.
So number one, that would be very nice because you add the monetary value to your song. Number two, if you listen to the song yourself, you get like the Void coin, so you can buy cool stuff in the shop. So it does two things: you get money from your music NFT, plus you get coins where you can buy cool stuff if you support the song enough. If you put it in your playlist and you get 1,000 listeners to it, yeah, you get more coins. If you just listen to it every day on repeat, 24/7, you get more coins. So I think those things are what we need right now in Web3 to really make the Web3 music industry boom and grow.
Yes, most definitely. Some incentive coming in
Yeah,
play. Uh,
exactly.
but it's always you know, it's always good having these conversations, and I think it's I don't know, who knows, it might even bring change to the whole concept of a music label. Maybe I don't know. At least for me, I just wish maybe they'd start like being less greedy.
Yeah, I feel you. Like, yeah. I'm just gonna say this, like, a label takes a big percentage of what you earn, but in some cases you wouldn't. Would you rather have 10% of $1,000, or would you rather have 100% of $5? You know?
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So you have $100 where there's a cut being taken, or you have $5 where you do everything yourself. Um, right now, artists, what do they need to sell their music? Is money, is ad spending budget, is
Hmm.
marketing, is and not all artists have this. So sometimes a label is their only choice. Um, and that doesn't mean that because the label is taking a lot of the money, which they do, but they also provide real value to the artist. So I think um, it's hard to say labels are bad because they take a percentage, but I think it's also hard to say labels are taking too much, or I think yeah, it's it's a street where you're like in the middle of the street and you don't
Yeah.
know which way is the right way, and yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think, yeah. You take me back to conversations I probably even had this like past year, on like Twitter Spaces and stuff like that. Like, individuals coming into spaces, kind of like presenting themselves as Web3 music labels, and then like people always pushing back on them, and then they
Yeah.
kind of while when the conversation begins, they're going back and forth, and they're both presenting good solid points, like, and that is one of those solid points that was said is like what you kind of said. It's like, for a lot of artists, they just need capital to like make it all blow up. They need that
Yeah.
team. Like, Web3 gives the artist the opportunity to build that team, that get the graphics designer, get the music, the sound engineer, get the studio, everything, like, ad revenue, or not ad revenue, but ad budget. um
Hmm. Yeah.
and yeah, a lot of artists are by themselves, so a label would act as a team. And then there's the like other half of the stories, like in Famous Still's scenario, where like his record label did not reinvest in back into him, so kind of like
Yeah.
just like took the money that was made from
Yeah.
that song Jordan Belfort, and kind of just like it's like, okay, we're good, let it all die from there.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I say like we like we've been for 8 years doing music professionally, and we wouldn't have been where we are right now without the right supervision and the right connections. And we've been working together with a very close friend of ours who does an amazing job at what he does, and he really opened the doors for us to be able to make a living of music. And um, in some cases, like you just you're just happy that you can do music as your job, you know.
Yes.
I'm working from home, I'm making music all day, and I'm so grateful for these opportunities. um, and it's so hard to say that all labels are bad or no. It's really dependent on your situation and on um, yeah. It's such yeah, it's a really hard topic to discuss because some people are really on the fence about it, and some people are, yeah, but no, it's not just like that. It's not black and white. It's the gray area that you're in, and it's just a hard topic to discuss. Yeah.
Yep. But it's good to, like, just every once in a while just touch back on the topic. Like, you never know when like someone's like train of thought like will inspire the way that you think. So I always
Yeah.
love to touch on like topics with many of like my artist friends. So I guess let's see. We've been going for about almost an hour, so let's bring it back to a little Decentraland here. When can we expect the next Void show on Decentraland? Has that been a thought running through your mind?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we're always looking forward to these DCL shows. Um, I want to say kudos to music and New Year, the best puns I've heard in Decentraland uh, in my entire life. I said New Year, I think unintentionally to a few people this year. Happy New Year. All thanks to you guys. Um, I'm looking super forward to the next one, but when it will be yeah, it will depend on the hosts if we still get asked, you know.
Of course, of course. I mean, from me, you'll definitely hear from me. Like, of course, like I always like to present the opportunity, so don't ever feel pressured if I just like message you and you can't do it, you know. I just you know, just like to make sure everyone has the opportunity.
Yeah, and
And
it's great. I never feel pressured if you ask me anything. I mean, you give us a stage, you give us a platform to show what we can do, to show what we love to do. I mean, yeah, thanks for this, 100%.
Oh my God, I definitely need to see more Void around. Okay, so second Decentraland question. Have there been any thoughts about a Void studio anywhere on Decentraland? Like, have you,
Oh, oh, now you're touching something.
oh?
We do actually, yeah. We really have something. We have this concept called the Rave Lab. So it's not our studio, but it's the Rave Lab.
Mm-hmm.
And we really want to build it inside of Decentraland. We really want to be something touchable where people can unlock stuff, and we really want to build this, but we don't know how yet. So if anyone's listening, Sinful, if you know what to do, please let us know. We really want to build this.
Ooh, well, perhaps maybe I can connect you with some friends that can help. Definitely. My
Enemy
best.
has been Venomy has been sending me messages for the past 2 weeks non-stop. uh, Dude, we really need to do this. So please connect us to someone.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. What was I going to mention? Oh yeah, yeah. As far as like having the building real estate, like just for you to be able to like, if you're gonna do it yourself, like so you can play around
Yeah.
and build. I would highly recommend a Decentraland name. That way, it's like
Oh yeah.
everyone thinks if they want to build, like they need to buy land and just land. But a way
Mm-hmm.
cheaper way to get in would be by minting your name for 100 mana plus gas, and that's like $52-$53 right now plus gas.
Yeah.
And you'll have like access to your DCL world that you can deploy builds onto and start testing. You know, putting in different concepts.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
so there's that, and yeah, I guess would have to point you towards the documentation for one, then two back over to my friend Oddjob and Kanessa. They are kind of they are doing this. They have this grant call for like kind of the Central Ed, where they're kind of explaining and making the documentation better. That would be if you want to do it your kind of like build it
Yeah, yeah,
yourself.
yeah. Yeah.
Very it would be very smart to connect with them in this Discord that we're currently in right now. We have a builder chat where you could go in and ask any question you may have, and there's always going to be someone knowledgeable there to like help you through or answer the question or help you find where to find the your answer.
I saw Venomy on the New Year's Eve party. I saw him rocking a Kenessa hoodie.
Yeah, you saw Rocket and Canessa hoodie. Oh my
Yeah.
god, those things are awesome.
So
Here, I
I
think.
think there's a connection already.
Yep, yep. Even right here. Yeah, we have Jay in the house rocking the Canessa Kid Called Beast hoodie.
Let's go.
Oh man.
Yeah, you guys are doing an insane job with your DCL parties, with your DCL events. Um, I don't know. I said it maybe too much already, but you guys are doing amazing. You guys are always showing up. I love what you guys are doing. I love that we can be a part of it. Yeah, I only want to say thanks to y'all for yeah, building what you guys are building, and um, providing the opportunity for others as well to be a part of what you're building. That's amazing.
Thank you, thank you. It's this wonderful community, you know. It couldn't just be one person, but just a group of people that are passionate about the space and like just want to do dope shit, just want to highlight our dope friends. Like that's what
Yeah.
it's all about. Um, at least like personally for me, very early in the space, I realized that I have a lot of dope friends that do a lot of dope shit, but a lot of those friends aren't the best at like, you know, highlighting themselves and
Yeah.
putting themselves out there. So I mean, I'm just here. I'm just here to connect dots and make sure friends
That's
connect
hard
with
though.
friends.
Highlighting yourself. That's hard.
It really is. It really is. Like for some, it just like it doesn't click. And I mean, I understand because like even myself, like I struggle to highlight myself at many like points in what I do. But so yeah, I get it. So I'm always there for you know our Decentraland family here. Anyone that is doing dope shit.
I think we're all doing dope shit.
We all
And we're right now with 26 people in here. All of you 26 people are amazing. And I just want to shout out, I'm just gonna walk a bit, and I just want to shout out Jay for rocking the Canessa hoodie. That's all.
big shout out to Jay. Jay was my guest on this show maybe like a month ago, month and a half ago. He is founder of Bucktown MMA. It's kind of like nonprofit a nonprofit group that trains young fighters to, you know, kind of like get them off the streets and get them into doing something productive as well as like learning just important things about life, you know, growing up in whatever scenario they may be in. So
Yeah.
big shout out to Jay out there, and I mean I love watching the content he posts on Instagram and all socials of like either him wrestling or like his students you know on the mat just like practicing and stuff like that. Jay was a let's see what he was a professional fighter. I believe back in 2010 or so. Sorry, Jay, if I'm messing this up. You can correct me in the chat. But yeah, he's had his career. He made it to like pro fighting and has some experience that he can share with the young fighters for sure.
That's awesome. I mean, I think there's a lot of you people that I still that I still need to learn who y'all are. But I think what I heard about Jay for now, I love that people are guiding other people in doing in finding themselves, and I think that's very important in especially in today's world, finding yourself, who you are, how you fit into this world. I think that's very important. Um, I love what I just love what I'm hearing.
Yeah, so let's see. We've been at it for about an hour five. Um, are there any questions that you may have for me, or like any other topics you would like to cover? If not, maybe we could just start rolling into our final questions.
I oh, you caught me off guard with this. Yeah, I had some questions for you, but not on the top of my mind, I'm not remembering them. That's oh no.
It's all right. You could always ask me whenever. You know
I
how to
will have
find me.
questions for you. I'm gonna ask them to you privately.
Sounds good.
I'm
Sounds
sorry.
good. No worries. And so I guess yeah, let's roll into just final questions. Is Void ever open to collaborations? And if so, what is the best way to contact you and connect with you?
Always. always open for collaborations. Hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Discord. Um, just make sure you have one of our songs minted. You're good to go.
Ooh, that's a nice utility. That's a nice utility. I like.
Exactly.
Which, like, I mean, on sound.xyz. Oh, okay. I thought I had you up here. Let's go back. Void.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Always open for collaborations. There are too much talent in the space to not collaborate.
exactly. Let's see. We have Dreamer at 0.006 ETH on Optimism.
Yeah.
You can collect your very own Void NFT here, and I will make sure to share this link with all our friends. Oop, have too many internet tabs open.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It eats your RAM.
Oh my god, yes. What up, Mana Dude? I see you in Kick Chat. Let's see. I see Rustan and Toxic Waifu on Twitch chat, and then I see all 27 of you on Decentraland chat. What up?
Can we just shout out Toxic Waifu because it's 3:20 a.m. right now in Europe, and yeah, that we're still here is amazing.
Oh my god, Toxic Waifu is a gem, like for being here, and they Toxic is here like every week for Beyond the NFT, and it just warms my heart. So yes, big shout out to Toxic Waifu and Mean Green Doge as well. I believe they're in Europe. And you yourself, you're in Europe. Big shout out to you for staying up so late for this show. For my silly little show over here.
I have to say, when you said, "Yeah, let's do the show," I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do the show." But when I felt my hangover this morning, I was like, "Fuck me, how am I gonna survive till till 2 a.m.?" But you made it so fun and you made it so memorable, so I'm glad I did.
Good. Hopefully soon we could, you'll be right in bed, relaxing. And Toxic Waifu says, yes, thank you for noticing. uh, we love you, Toxic Waifu.
I do too. We just met, but I already love you.
But yeah, I mean, we have a big community here. We're always hosting shows on Decentraland. You are now in the community building Decentraland Discord. If you ever wanted to like connect with any of us, hang out in World, or just see if there's a party, you can always type in there and ask away, or if you just want a friend to hang out with and like learn to use the platform better, like there's always someone.
Yeah. You guys are amazing. Yeah.
And let's see. I had asked the collaboration. How about if anyone ever wants to tell you how dope you are? What's the best way to contact you?
Send a yellow letter to my home address. No, I'm kidding. No. Just yeah, Twitter, man. I'm all up into Twitter. I'm also on Blue Sky, but I don't think a lot of people are on Blue Sky actually.
What is Blue Sky?
Oh, it's Jack Dorsey, like the Twitter CEO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did like a new Twitter.
Interesting. Is it like Threads? Yeah. Like, is it like?
I think so. Yeah, I I haven't been active a lot on Blue Sky, but beware because Blue Sky is still really early, and it's not really like Twitter yet. But yeah, let's just stick to Twitter.
Let's stick to Twitter. Hell
Yeah.
hell yeah. I mean, looking forward to any future performances by you. Looking forward to connecting and seeing if we can make your Void, or no, your rave studio, correct?
The Rave Lab.
Rave
Yeah.
Lab. If we can make that a reality, would definitely like to, have Void come
That would
in
be
and have
insane. Yeah.
make their
Oh, we have
presence.
so much coming for you guys this year. You can't believe it.
So yeah, everyone, check out Void on Twitch, on sound.xyz. Pick up his song "A Dreamer" for 0.006 Optimism ETH, and yeah, I mean, everyone have fun. Any final thoughts, Void, before we close?
Yeah, I love everyone who's in here, obviously. Um, it was so nice hanging out with you guys. It's so nice meeting all of you. I just want to say a big shout out to Make as well. Make has been there from the start. Make has been super energetic about everything we're doing. Make has been a big part of what you guys are building. And I think Make was the connection between me and you, Sinful, and
Mm-hmm.
between the whole DCL. So big shout out to Make as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Make's got that closer energy. Like
Yeah.
he is not gonna stop until you legit tell him no. But before
Damn, he's
he
got that energy, man.
he's got that energy to make shit happen. That's it, man. Like, and
Yeah,
we
that's it.
need people like this in this space.
Yeah, that's true. You need a Make. You need everyone needs a Make in their life.
Everyone
That's it.
needs a make in their
Yeah,
life.
that's it.
Well, Void, it's been an awesome conversation with you tonight. Thank you once again for taking the time. And yeah, hope we can enjoy a Void show sooner rather than later.
I hope it as well. And thanks for having me tonight. I had a blast, and yeah, you're an awesome person. Um, I'm just gonna repeat what I've been saying all this time. You're an awesome person. Thanks for having me. Um, thanks everyone for joining. Keep building, keep being yourself. That's the most important thing. Stay creative. Yeah, that's it.
Let's go. And just a few final words to our sponsors. Just before we continue, I will make sure to let you know that that my OBS reset like literally 30 minutes before I had to go live and literally lost all my scenes and all my everything. So not all the sponsors are there, but I remember you. Um,
Oh,
shout
worst
out to Dr.
nightmare.
Drip. Make sure to head over to the wearable marketplace. Pick up a Dr. Drip Santa hat. It was a collaboration with Spotty Wi-Fi. It's a Spotty Santa hat. Big shout out to Vox Boards, Metal One Designs, Songbird Collectives. Big love to Gold Guy Brand, and of course, gotta give our love to our baby dolls here for hosting us tonight on this wonderful build here on Decentraland. Baby dolls always loving and supporting, and Mew loves you. Thank you, everyone, and yeah, please stand by, and I'll figure out what's gonna happen next. Okay, so I think we have decided what we want to do. We are going to run back Void's set from Saturday. I know that that the set has a special QR code. Void, would you like to share some details about the QR?
Yeah, so there will be a QR code flying around Void. Like we said earlier in our chat today, um, the Void coins will be really like, I mean, if I'm saying awesome, I mean they will be really awesome. We will have all kinds of utility with the Void coin. You can buy renders inside the Void Studio. You can buy gem posts, which are 3D assets. I mean, the Void coins will be a hit next year. I'm sure of it. Just scan the QR code that's flying around Void, and you'll get yours. That's it.
That's awesome. So yeah, make sure to scan the code. Get your Void coin. I definitely gotta scan mine. I didn't get to do it on Saturday, but this is my opportunity.
Second chances.
Yep.
Those are the best.
Oh man, Saturday I was like, well, I was like everywhere at once. I don't know how I did it, but we got through it.
It was an amazing show, by the way.
Thank you.
Cool pool. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, it was amazing.
You hear that, Make? We did a good job. All
But
right.
make already knows.
Of course. All right, everyone stand by and I will get the set ready for us. Thank you.